Guiding principles. My personal belief is we could do away with law, we could do away with policy, guidance, instructions, and if we all tried to do our job on a daily basis following the guiding principles, we'd probably get it about 95% right. So there's some words that are not written here, but when you look over these guiding principles, all right, what do they collectively, what do they kind of mean? What do they kind of mean to you? What are the unwritten words there? Remember, this is interactive. Accountability. What else?
Relationships.
Relationships, great. What else? I'm sorry? Professionalism. Communication. Yeah.
Integrity.
I'm sorry?
Positivity.
Positivity. We'll stop there. What's the golden rule? Yeah, do unto others, right? So, or treat others the way you want to be treated, right? Not necessarily the way you are treated, but the way you want to be treated. Golden rule. That's what this is all about, which is why I think if we just try to execute these, you get it about right. All right, so let's just kind of walk through these, all right? I published these the day I took command in 2014, and they're a compilation of growing up in my house with my mother and father and what they taught me and what I've learned and experienced from folks that I've had the privilege of serving with and following over the course of my career and just throughout life. Customer service to the next level. And by the way, these are in priority order. Right? They're all pretty close, but they're in priority order. They all are interchangeable, and you'll hear me talk about them all the time and refer back to them. All right? And the other thing about these, so as I indicated up front, I've had the privilege now of being part of the CNIC enterprise, the organization now for 11 years. There's no other place that I would rather be. This is an awesome organization. And all 52,000 folks, we've got a great team. All right? So when I talk through these, this is not about CNIC isn't cutting the mustard and we got to get our act together and get better. This is about, we're a really good organization. It's about taking it to the next level. All right? It's about going from good to great. Anybody ever read that book? All right? It's about going from good to great. So keep that in perspective, because as I talk through this and we have the conversation, you can go, my God, we're not doing real well. No, we're doing well. What happens if you don't continue to keep trying to improve? You stagnate. When you stagnate, what happens? Sorry?
Fall behind.
You fall behind. You start going backwards. All right? So this is about advancing the ball. Keep moving forward and pushing. So, customer service. How many of us have walked into a big box store or a restaurant or a hotel and had lousy customer service? All right? And how does that make us feel?
Angry.
Unappreciated? What else? Angry, yep.
You don't want to be there.
Don't want to be there. I'm sorry? Frustrated. What does it do to our mindset? Negative. So, and what happens when it puts us in a negative mood? So then we go to our next step. What tends to happen sometimes? It carries over. All right? It carries over. Now, we had a bad experience. Whose problem is that? When we have a bad experience, whose problem is that? I'm sorry? It's our problem, all right? It's our problem. It's not our customer's problem. It's not the next person we deal with problem, all right? But we're human, human nature. You get in a bad mood, you tend to carry that with us, all right? And so the next engagement sometimes is negative when we take our bad attitude or our frustration from the experience we had and we put it onto the next person, all right? Here's an example, all right? So I had to go over to the branch medical clinic here a while back, and I had to, for a blood draw. So I got there, gate's supposed to open up at 7:30. I go in, take number one, sit down. 7:30 comes and goes, no one's there. 7:35, 7:40, guy finally comes in, goes in, rolls up the curtain, calls number one. I go up, good morning, how you doing? He looks at me and he goes, not worth a crap. Well, I wasn't sure I wanted to give him my blood. And I started talking to him, and it turns out he was in a bad mood because he had a hard time getting on the base. It took him a long time. Now, he didn't realize I'm the one that caused that, and responsible for it. But that was his own personal problem. It wasn't my problem, yet he carried it on to me. all right, and affected the customer service. Now, conversely, we've all gone into those places, big box, restaurant, hotel, and we've all had a good customer experience, right? And how do we feel when that happens? Great. What else?
Treat the next person the same.
Valued. What was that?
Treat the next person the same way.
I think so. So we had to, I would submit we walk out of there with a little extra skip in our step. And it does carry on. It's a mindset. We feel good, all right? So when you're talking from an enterprise perspective, CNIC, all right, and people are coming to work every day, what's the first place they experience customer service? At the gate, all right? At the gate. Have we had good customer service at a gate?
Yes.
Have we had bad customer service at a gate?
Yes.
And when we have bad customer service, what does it do to us?
Feel frustrated.
Makes you feel frustrated, right? It sets the tone for our day. So now something positive is going to happen to get us out of that, all right? We're the same thing, all right? Every single one of us. Now, who here is in the customer service business? It's 100%, all right? And society is in the customer service business, all right? Who's married? Who's got kids? Customer service business, right? I'm all about customer service with my wife, all right? Same thing with my kids, all right? We're all in the customer service business. Who of us has got an inbox? Customer service, all right? We're all customer service. So I would submit, now let me back up a little bit. So I equate our ECPs, or our gates, as quarter decks, all right? How many quarter decks does this space have?
A lot.
So what do you mean by a lot? Define a lot. When you say a lot, what's in there?
Well, in my interpretation,
Every place is a quarter deck, all right? Whether it's checking in at NGIS, whether it's coming through the gate, whether it's the administrative assistant, whether it's our inbox, all right? Whether it's the gym. There are quarter decks everywhere, and every one of those quarter decks is a point of customer service, all right? Now, am I providing you all, am I providing the regions, and am I providing the installations all the resources they need to provide what the customer needs? Some of you know the answer, some of you don't because you just showed up a day ago. No. Do we have all the resources we need? No, we don't have all the resources we need. Absolutely not. All right? So folks, by definition, are frustrated at times with us because we cannot provide what they feel that they need. I would submit that customer service is even more important in that scenario than if you're flushed with resources. Because people come in to the engagement already assuming they're not going to get what they want. And then if you couple that with bad customer service, it's a pretty bad exchange. But you can deliver a message, hey, I can't provide because, all right? And we can be positive about it, all right? So that goes to how many answers are there to a question? Yes or no, all right? You can either say yes to something or you can say no to something. If you say no, what else has to come with the no? The why. No is a two-part answer, all right? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person you're telling no to is going to like it, but at least they're going to understand the why. It's important to put the why. So yes is a good thing. So there's a lot of no's. We do a lot of no's right now. We have a responsibility, each and every one of us, to put the second part of no on that, which is the why behind it. All right, so that's customer service.